Hi guys, it's Shelly. So I've been seeing a lot of memes lately about persons hating their job or feeling stuck or unmotivated. Now, if this is you, I'm going to be real. You do have the power to change your situation, but you have to want to and you have to believe that you can. Now, of course, I agree that you should be grateful to just have a job because a lot of people don't have one. However, if you are going to work and you are spending 90% of your time miserable and or unproductive, then the organization is losing and you are losing. What I'm saying is that everyone is a loser. And I know that's rough, but it's true. So I remember being in a job over a decade ago and I hated that job. I remember I used to dread going to work on Mondays from Sunday morning. And my boyfriend at the time, who's now my husband, I remember him saying that I was letting the negativity from my job spill into other areas of my life. And that was a wake up call for me. I'm speaking to someone today who's probably feeling kind of the same way. And you might have plans, just try to make it through the workday, and then you're just going to go home, you're going to watch Netflix for hours. And the thing is, you're going to feel better for a while, but the problem is that tomorrow is a new day and the situation would not have changed. So it's kind of like you just have to confront what is causing your demotivation and try to find ways to turn that demotivation into a more positive type of energy. And today I just want to share some of the things that have worked for me. So number one for me, of course, was to one, find a new job and or put my energy into things that I loved doing. So at the time when I was not enjoying my job, I started my Angola experience and I developed my first personal and professional development course. I remember also when I did get a new job, one of my colleagues and my friends saying that I was wrong to let the person, and that was my boss at the time, chase me from the organization. And I just smiled because for me, I was not being chased. My mental, my emotional health, my happiness, that was the most important thing for me. And moving on was the best choice I made because it allowed me to free up my creativity and eventually led me closer to my purpose. Number two is when you leave your job for the day, leave your job not just physically, but emotionally and mentally as well. So what that means is that you don't leave work at 4 or 5 and then spend another hour in the store talking to somebody about how much your job sucks, or go home and talk about how bad your job is with everyone you meet. So instead, you're going to use that energy to do more of the things that you love doing. And you find that when you spend time doing things that you enjoy, you start to create positive energy. You start to create a more positive vibe, and eventually you can create enough energy to kind of push out the negative things in your life. And number three is don't forget to invest in the big and small things which help to keep you balanced emotionally, mentally, and physically. When you are demotivated in an area, a big area like your job, it's easy to let a lot of things slide. So let me give you an example. You might have had a bad day at work, something happened, and you just don't feel up to it. You decide, I'm not going to the gym. And before you know it, that's turned into from 1 day to 5 weeks, and you haven't exercised. And of course, that's just feeding your demotivation. Or another example would again be something like watching Netflix, and after 4 to 6 hours, you are too lazy to get up and brush your teeth or floss. And those might seem like small things, but they add up into helping or assisting with how we feel about ourselves. And another example, which for me is dear to my heart, is if you're feeling demotivated, instead of turning to God or your devotions or to prayers, you might decide that that is not something that you want to do. And all of these things are so important to help to feed you emotionally, mentally, physically when you are feeling unmotivated because they help to keep you balanced, they help to keep you on track. These are things that we can consider small wins which keep us productive and help to lead us, guide us into the big things that aid with our motivation. So that's it. That's all I want to share today. And I just want to say the next time you're scrolling on the internet and you see a meme about being unmotivated or stuck, Instead of laughing or identifying with it, you can decide that, you know what, it's time to shift my life, it's time to shape my life, it's time to take control. You can do it. Talk to you soon.